going on, friends? My name is M2Gates, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past for the Gameboy Advance. We're all up last time. We got to Ice Palace and Misery Mire, which became my favorite dungeon and least favorite dungeon, both in the last part. And now in this part, we're gonna be taking on our 6th Dark World dungeon. Even though Misery Mire was the 6th Dark World dungeon, but we did that as our 5th. Now we're going to be doing the 6th one in this order, in this really weird order that I'm doing things in. So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin. That was a little close. I almost bonked there, which would have been bad. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, while we're here, we're going to go ahead and mirror over to this spot, and then we have a block puzzle right here, not very hard, and that shall give us a heart piece. And we're gonna go ahead and make our way out of here. So now we're actually back in I lost my train of thought. When you mirror from that little like evil swamp place, that dark world area that I was in, yeah, that actually took us to that's actually what the desert is in Dark World, because when we warp back, when we warped, as you can see, we were in the desert. That's pretty cool. All right, so now that we're here, there's another cool thing that we can get, and that's by heading this way, and then use the book on this little tab over here, and we get a really nice item. Look at the effects of this item right here. It's so powerful. We just burned that vulture, and that is our 3rd medallion, which is Bombos. It is the only medallion that is not required in the game. However, Bombos is really, really good, because it explodes every enemy that's on screen. It's so powerful. So it gets it gets pretty useful. And so you may see me use it a few times, because it's just so good. Alright, so go ahead and fill up the water in there, and then that's actually like, there's actually a puzzle that comes with this. You have to make sure that mirror warp is on the same screen as this place. And now, if you actually just go in here right away, there won't be any water. And so that's why you have to do that one specific step in order to actually do this dungeon. So now we're in Swamp Palace, which is the 2nd Dark World dungeon, and because this is the 2nd Dark World dungeon, and we have like a ton of equipment and all that stuff, dying should not be a concern ever, unless, well, knowing me, I'll probably die, because I'm bad. Yeah, so Swamp Palace is your water dungeon. There's a lot of like swimming around, so it's not a very difficult dungeon. The fact that you're gonna die, because there's not a lot of hard-hitting enemies in this dungeon at all. So this is gonna be a pretty nice, relaxing dungeon as far as you know, surviving goes, which is a good thing. It's kind of long and a little bit tedious, though. It's not really much you can do. There's a lot of these rooms where you have to fill the water up in order to get to places. Like right here, you hit that lever, and then the water in the other room fills up. Now you want to make sure you hit that switch. You can actually go down from that room, and it's actually a shortcut. But if you do take that shortcut, you're gonna realize that it's a really bad idea. And I'll show you when we get there. Okay, so just go ahead and move these blocks out of your way. Then head up and up the stairs. Okay. And then fall down. That was really close. I almost got hit by that guy. And so, yeah, so if you did not hit that switch earlier, those pegs would be up, which would mean that you cannot get the boss key, and therefore you have to go around, hit that switch again, then come back here. It's a really sad day. It's very easy to make that mistake, but we didn't make that mistake this time, so we're good. All is well. Alright, ow. Man, we did a pretty good job at going through this place without taking any damage up until that point. That's unfortunate. I like the description of the hook shot. It says boing. Alright, hit that. Hook shotting that skull rock with the key is actually pixel perfect. So that was really difficult, but we got it. Alright. So move that statue onto that switch, and now we're up to the second half of the dungeon. Ow! I decided to kind of wait a little bit because I saw a guy electrifying himself. I did not actually explain that though, but those red and blue jellyfish looking guys, they're kind of jerks because they like randomly decide they want to electrify themselves, and then you cannot hit them with physical moves. It's a sad day. But with a hook shot, you don't have to worry about that, which is nice. I also realize I don't have any bombs, and that could actually lead to a problem later. I should have picked one up in the last room because there were bombs there, but hopefully I'll be fine. We'll see. Okay, so this is Argus, and man, when you have the tempered sword, this fight is so easy because you can destroy these pups in one hit. With the master sword, it takes 2 hits, and also sometimes these pups can just randomly hit you for like no reason, and it is a pain. Alright, so now you defeat all the pups, go ahead and go on to this phase, and then all you have to do is just spin attack them twice with the master sword, and we did it. And that is Swamp Palace. You know, fairly easy dungeon. Like I said, it's not really much going on, so we did it. Someone, thanks to you, I was able to escape the clutches of evil. Thank you. The Triforce will grant the wishes of whoever touches it, as long as that person lives. That is why it was hidden in the Golden Land. Only a select few were told of its location. But at some point that knowledge was lost. The one who rediscovered the Golden Land was an evil thief named Ganondorf. Luckily, he couldn't figure out how to return to the Light World. Well, remember that you have magical powers, which only the hero can make use of. There are some magical warping points, like the one you saw on Death Mountain. By using them, you can go between the 2 worlds and find the evils hidden in the Dark World. You are the only one who can destroy Ganondorf, the thief! No! Ganon, the evil king of darkness. We're the only ones? Nobody else can do it? That's kind of sad when you think about it, but I mean, people's lives are on our lines here, so I guess we gotta do it. It's the only way. Alright, so, there's a lot of stuff that I skipped over at this point. We have 6 crystals, which means we can go to our next point, which we can do, but I'm missing a lot of stuff right now, such as that heart piece. So we're gonna be getting a lot of stuff right now, so pay close attention. So there's that heart piece that we can get there, and then this right here I could actually get way early on, but we're getting it now. Also, what? That was pretty lame. Alright. Use the mirror on this spot, and then you can go underneath the bridge over here. And then we have this hobo sleeping underneath the bridge. But if you go and wake him up, he'll give you our 4th bottle. So that's all 4 bottles obtained. So now you can, if you really wanted to, you can actually stock yourself up with 4 fairies. But why would you want to do that? Well, actually, there is a reason, and that is because this game is hard. But I don't need to do that. Alright, so if you have 100 rupees, you can you can buy this bomb, this really big bomb, off of that guy in the bomb shop. I know, Link's house in the Dark World has been replaced by the bomb shop. It's pretty weird when you think about it, but, you know, can't really question that, I suppose. Interesting thing, the game, well, you can get the big bomb as soon as you beat both Ice Palace and Misery Mire. The game checks for those for some reason, even though you're technically supposed to have all 6 crystals. You're technically supposed to have 6 crystals for this, but the game checks for just Ice Palace and Misery Mire. Which, I mean, I guess makes sense because you're trying to go in order. But why those 2 dungeons specifically? It's that's a mystery right there. Okay, but the purpose of coming over here is that you can throw your bow in here, and you can get an upgrade, which is supposed to be required to beat the game, but there's actually a way around not needing it. But doing it that way is a huge major pain in the butt, and I don't recommend doing it that way. The other thing I did was throw my sword down, which meant that I got another sword upgrade. So now I have a level 4 sword, and it does a lot of damage. And it can one hit KO most things. It's quite a blessing. Okay, so go ahead and warp over here. You need the Titan's Mitts. Well, supposedly the Titan's Mitts, but there's a way around not needing the Titan's Mitts to get the cape here. Okay, and then we head up here. Use the mirror on this spot over here, and then we go inside this cave. Okay, we're good. We actually don't need bombs. All right, awesome. Because there's bombs in that cave, so that worked out. All right, didn't even have to worry. I wasn't afraid. Were you guys worried that I had no bombs? All right. So now that we got that heart piece, we're now going to head. We're now going to continue following this path, and this is the part where I bonk on a pile of rocks to get a heart piece. This is actually like where the sanctuary would be in the light world. Ooh, ooh, oh boy. Okay. Those crows suck because they do 3 hearts of damage. And so that would have been bad if I got hit by those guys. Now, I guess I didn't mention, but sometimes having sword beams can be a problem because sometimes when you use a sword beam and then while you're slashing, the sword beams can sometimes overwrite, which means that you won't always defeat enemies with your slashes, and that can be a pain sometimes. But it's no big deal. Alright, so you can actually get this heart piece as soon as you defeat an Aghanim. Because those lumberjacks will not be there when you defeat Aghanim. So that's the check right there. And now that we got basically all the items all the remaining items that we can get, it is now time to head on back to Death Mountain. And this is our last time that we're gonna have to deal with boulders. And thankfully, we didn't get trolled. And that's a good thing. So we just gotta go and follow this path. This is another way of heading off to where we need to go. Otherwise, you just take the same path as the path that you take in order to get to... what is it? Mountain Tower. So then now we're all of a sudden over here. Okay. And then here you have to, this is a bit of a puzzle. You have to hammer these pegs in a certain order, which is always this. And then a portal appears. And actually, interesting thing is that in the Game Boy Advance version, this now activates as a fluting point. So you can actually flute over here now, whenever you want to. But you know, that's a little out of the way at this point. So why would I want to do that? Okay, so with that. That is gonna be it for this. Actually, no. We're gonna do it. We're already here. We might as well do it. Oh man, you thought I was ready to end the episode. I was actually ready to end the episode, but we're gonna have a longer episode this time. So take that, losers. Just kidding. All you guys are not losers. Everybody's a winner. Alright, so this is Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock is a very long dungeon. Right off the bat, we have kind of a painful room, but look at that. If you use the hook shot right there, then that's a shortcut back to that room, so that way you're closer and you have a lot more time to make it to this room. And supposedly that's a lot of people get stuck there. But know that trick and you'll be fine. Somebody once told me that they spent 10 years in that room. Literally 10 years. I find that very bizarre, but it is what happened. Alright. So now we have Pokies, and then we have Chain Chomps. This is a Mario dungeon. There's a lot of Mario enemies in this dungeon. Like, what is this? The Pokies and the Chain Chomps all do 4 hearts of damage, which is a lot of damage. So that's not fun to deal with. I'll pick these up. Okay, off to the next part. But yeah, you're supposed to get the item. Yeah, so at this point, the game expects you to have the item from the 5th dungeon, which obviously I don't have. That's not good. Okay. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Okay. That laser will do 4 hearts of damage if it shoots you. So that was really close. Alright, but we get the big key. And then we head off. Now that we have the big key, we can now progress further into the dungeon. So you're gonna notice there was a pathway out of that area with the boss key, but I didn't actually take it because that would mean I have to go really long ways around, and then I would end up over here anyway. And so the path that I took is a shorter way instead. Also, what? Okay, there we go. That was weird. I don't know why the bomb recoiled off of that. Okay, this room's different now. In the Super Nintendo version, we would have mimics in this room instead of Igors. Wow. What a change that the game made to this. Alright, but yeah, so that heart piece is very easily missable. Just because you have to go way out of your way for that, and it's just hard to know that you can mirror there to reveal a heart piece. Okay. That was close. That roller will do 3 hearts of damage if you get hit by it. So that was a good thing that I took that part safe. Bonk over here, and then we progress forward. That's not good. Okay, we're good. Alright. Okay. This next room sucks. So go ahead and follow exactly this path right here. Hit the switch. Oh yeah, the gold sword can actually destroy pots in this version. Super Nintendo version, gold sword does not do that. Instead, you'll have to pick that up instead. Okay. Knock that guy down, because that guy's a jerk. And with the mirror shield, you can prevent yourself from getting hit by that laser. Which, the mirror shield is awesome like that. But by the way, there was actually, believe it or not, there was another shield upgrade before the mirror shield. But I skipped it, in case you haven't noticed. Alright, go ahead up here, and then now we're up to the boss. Wow. So, yeah, Toro Rock is a bit of a long dungeon, but we made it. Uh-oh. Oh. Interesting. Okay. We may be in trouble, but we'll see. Oh yeah, we are in trouble. Hello? Hello? Okay, we're good. Oh man, that was close. Oh, that was too early. Okay, we're good. Wow. A little bit scary, but that's fine. So this dungeon uses up a lot of magic, and so if you don't have half magic, this dungeon's really hard. Okay, and with that, that is all 7 crystals, which means it's officially time to beat the game, right? Oh, hello there. I appreciate your coming so far to rescue me, as I thought you are the legendary hero. I have felt this from the first time we met. Ganon is inside of his tower waiting to pass through the gate linking the 2 worlds. Once Ganon enters the light world, it is unlikely that anyone can stop him. But if he is kept in the closed-off space of this world, you can find him wherever he runs. Now, take the 7 crystals to Ganon's tower. Our combined powers will break his barrier. Let us return peace to the country and smiles to the faces of the people. Alright, and with that, actually, one more thing before we end off. Yeah, I know, we're gonna extend the video a little longer here. So first thing, go ahead and lift up this rock over here. And then now we're up to this part. There is invisible floors. I did not just glitch the game right there. You would know this by using ether, and then it'll reveal a path to those floor paths. Alright, so then go ahead and use the mirror here, and then we get the final heart piece. And so at this point, you should have 20 hearts now. Awesome. So now we are very prepared to take on the end of the game. Okay, so now that we have all 7 crystals, the barrier breaks, and the staircase to the final place opens. And with that, that is going to be it for this episode of The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. And next time, it is time to take on Ganon's Tower. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.